Coach Matt Insel will give an opening statement, and then we'll open up for questions.
Proud of the fight our kids had from start to finish. A&M's got a great basketball team. We knew that coming in. We knew we was going to play well for 2 halves to beat them. We played well for a half. And all credit to them. They did what they had to do to win the game. And they've got a team that's got a chance to make a deep run, obviously in the NCAA tournament. But I was real proud of our kids for coming out in the second half and not quitting and continuing to fight. And we'll get better off of that second half effort. First half, we just didn't. We got every shot we wanted. We were a little bit intimidated by their size there early on, and that hurt us. And once we settled down and got in the flow of things, we were better.
Talk about the first part of the second half when you got to within 5, and then the way they responded. What was kind of going on with the team at that point?
It's just it's a team that's not ready to quit on a season. We've had a lot of discussions about that. It's easy for a team right now, and it's been easy for them in the past. And they've talked about that. Once you get down, there's nothing really to play for. We got a lot to play for. We've got to continue getting better. We've got a program that's in the middle of a process of remodeling. I say remodeling because we've got a program that's one of the better programs in the country for many years. And we're remodeling that program, and we're in a process of getting that back to where we want to get it to. And so every day we're fighting to get it back to that area, and any improvement is improvement for us right now. And so we've got to get better defensively. The second half, we had a good run because we guarded for about 3 straight minutes. And that's huge. That's stuff we haven't been doing. And then we kind of let up defensively. Our intensity let up. That has a little bit to do with depth. I mean, we got 3 kids having to play 40 minutes. I met with Gracie Frizzell the other day, and I said, you just got to keep going. You got to keep going. And right now you're having to play 37, 38, 40 minutes. Ideally, hopefully next year, you'll be playing about 26, 27, but your productivity will go up. But our depth right now is an issue. Players that are playing play hard in practice. Players that are playing have passion in practice. Players that are playing have toughness in practice. Players that are playing are all together, and they're pulling together, and they're trying to get all they can out of this season. And that's the reason the ones that are out there, and that's why some of them have to play 40 minutes, because people behind them are not giving that in practice every day.
Yeah, Coach, like you were saying, that you were able to close the lead to 5 points in the second half. Kind of what happened that kept you from being able to, continue to close the gap and possibly make a big difference in the game?
They got a great team. They're well coached. He called a timeout. He made some adjustments. We were in a zone. He made some adjustments to our zone and the way he was attacking it, and found kind of a weak area of that zone, and that got him. They hit a 3, I believe it was, or maybe got an and 1 after we cut it to 5, and that's kind of deflating for a team. Once you play so hard and you play a possession so hard and you give up a 3 there at late in the shot clock, we guarded them till late in the shot clock. They made a play. It's just what happens. It was a contested play too, and I was proud of my kids for being there. But that kind of deflates you, and you come to the other end and you get an open look. I think Tia got a look in the lane, and let me tell you, I ain't bad at Tia, because Tia battles her butt off every night. But she gets an open look and misses it, and you go back down and they score again, and that just kills your morale a little bit. But our kids hung in there and they just kept fighting. If we'd have slowed down and made shots in the first half, we got the same shots in the second half that we got in the first half. Wide open looks, and just couldn't get them to go. And so we've got to have that poise there and just saying, okay, I got to slow down. I'm wide open. Settle down. Make the shot that you make every day that you made since you started playing basketball at 6 years old. And we did that in the second half, and made a good run there. Made them have to work all the way to the end. I still believe I had a team on the floor with 5 minutes to go that was fighting to win that basketball game. Was one big push away from winning the game. I think we had it at 10 or 9 there. One big push, one stop and a 3, and it just didn't go. But they kept fighting. And I'm proud of them for that.
You talked a little bit about Tia, and I was talking more about her effect on the game. She had a double-double, and was still unfortunately not enough to deal with the double-double that came from the other side from Carl Gilbert, as well as the 26 points from Courtney Williams. Yeah, I mean, Tia Valerie was 6'1"? Gilbert, I could stand on Tia's shoulders, and I think we'd still be shorter than Gilbert. But it wasn't. She had a double, and it's because she's a big kid in there. She gets in there around the paint. We're trying to push her off the block. It's tough, and she gets that deep. I mean, when you're that big, it's hard to stop them from scoring. And Tia battled her, but then we went on the other end. And Tia Valerie played well against her. Another double-double. Another double-double. It seems like we say that every time, Jessica. Another double-double for her. And if she's not getting that against the
the sisters of the poor here. You know, she's getting that against the best teams in our league: Tennessee, Kentucky, Texas A&M, South Carolina. I mean, just over and over and over. You know, she's a player that I really feel like next year, preseason wise, could be on all of these award watch lists. She's a player next year preseason wise that could be up for a preseason player of the year from her numbers. Look at her numbers. She's averaging 17, 18 points a game, 9, 10, 11 rebounds a game. There ain't many players in the country doing that. And she's just going to get better and better. She's not even close to being where she's got to be at, and she knows that, and she's going to work hard every day to get there. And, you know, Valencia McFarland's another one that just continues every day to bring it. And, you know, one thing I'm challenging Valencia on right now is her defense. She's got to get better defensively. Valencia's going to be in the pros next year. They're going to expect her to guard. And so she's got to get better. And my job over the next 2 weeks is to get her better defensively. And that's something I'm going to work real hard at. She's a really good defensive player, but she's got to start believing it and getting tougher. And when she does that, her game's going to go to another level. And so, you know, those two kids this year has had amazing seasons. Amazing seasons. And I'm proud of both of them. And I'm going to keep working hard every day for those two kids to make sure that they have an unbelievable finish to their season.
Last question.
What was the locker room like after the game? What's kind of the message through the rest of the regular season and to the conference?
Losing has to hurt. That's something we've got away from at this program. Losing has to hurt. It's got to hurt you so much when you lose that it drives you to win. And that's something that's been lost in transition. And so that's something I've been talking to them about. You know, we're losing right now. That's got to hurt you. Before you can fix it, that's got to hurt you. And in the locker room there for the first time in about a week there, 2 weeks, I seen a team that it hurt them because they worked hard. They put work in to win this game today. Every one of them. So you had a locker room where kids were hurting in there. And then that hurt right there has got to drive them to come tomorrow and Saturday to get themselves prepared to go down to state and get a big win. That's a big win because it's our next game, but it's also a big win because it's our rival. And so you got to understand where that's at as a group. And this loss right here, you can't let that affect you and lose on Sunday. You got to let this loss drive you to win on Sunday. And so that's what the message is. Losing has to hurt. So you don't want to lose anymore. And if it ever stops hurting you, you got to stop playing sports. You got to get out. You got to find somewhere else to go. But as long as it hurts you, then you'll push forward the next 2 days to get ready to go on Sunday. And so that's kind of our message with them. You know, we're 1-11. It's just like our 1-12. Right there, Gary and Bob Starkey both are good friends of mine, and they said you don't let your record define who you are. I'm not. We're making progress in our program. We're going to keep fighting every single day. We're going to get this thing fixed and get it to where we got to get to. And I'm going to work hard every single day, 365 days a year. How many days is in a year, Jessica? 365? Yeah, I'm going to work hard every one of those days to make sure that we get to where we have to get to. And we want to be playing. We want to be like Texas A&M next year. We want to walk into other people's gym and win big games like this. And that's where we want to get to. That's where we're going.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep.